Is what are the main etiquettes of making dhikr? This is a beautiful question. She has also another question pertaining fasting. Dhikr, dhikr literally in Arabic means remembrance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to remember Him throughout the entire time. And when one of the companions came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, Inna shara'i'a al-Islami qad kathurat, which means that the legislations, do's and do not do's in Islam are many, many things. So would you please guide me to something that would be very comprehensive to do? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, لا يزال لسانك رطبا بذكر الله. رطب means wet. لا يزال لسانك رطبا means keep your tongue not literally wet, rather it means keep your tongue busy with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The greatest ibadah, which you can do it while reclining, while working, while driving, while you're doing your physical exercise, al-dhikr. It can be done by the tongue, it can be done by the heart, and the best of all is when the heart coincides the tongue while the tongue is making the dhikr. So you're saying subhanallah and you're reflecting upon its meaning. This is the most important etiquette or adab in the dhikr. حضور القلب مع اللسان. So you're praising Allah, glorifying Allah, or exalting Him, or saying the word of Tawheed, which is the greatest dhikr. By the way, Musa alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide him to a special way to praise Allah with. So he said to him, say La ilaha illallah. He said, Oh Allah, all your servants say the same. All the believers say La ilaha illallah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, Ya Musa, O Moses, if the heavens and the earth and what's in between, if everything that exists were put on the scale on one part, and La ilaha illallah in the other part, La ilaha illallah indeed would outweigh all of that. So saying La ilaha illallah is indeed the greatest dhikr. And in order to obtain the greatest reward for either saying La ilaha illallah or the tahmeed or the tasbih or you should be attentive. You should say the dhikr while your heart is reflecting upon that. Then the next is when the heart is busy with the remembrance of Allah alone, without the tongue. And the third in order is when the tongue is making the dhikr, but the heart is absent. And this is the least. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. He says, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. The believers are those whose hearts find rest and comfort in the remembrance of Allah. Verily, in the remembrance of Allah, hearts do find rest and comfort. أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. There is some etiquette that we should remember, which is there are some specific adhkar to be recited during certain times, especially the adhkar of the morning after Fajr and until sunrise, the adhkar of the evening after Asr prayer and until sunset, the adhkar of going to sleep, the adhkar or the dhikr for getting up from your sleep, or especially if you're going to get up sometime before Fajr to pray, there are some adhkar and some ayat to be recited, such as the last 10 ayat of Surah Al Imran. So, this is some of the adab with regards to a dhikr in general and the specific adhkar. It will be best if the person maintains the tahara while making dhikr, but it is not required though. That's why when our beloved sisters cry because they feel sorry that they cannot do the tawaf because they have the menses in Hajj, and they say, I came all the way to the city of the Prophet and I cannot enter his mosque. Can I just enter once? Well, you have the period, you have the menses, you cannot. So she says, what am I supposed to do? Just stay in the hotel room, do nothing? Similarly, if she goes for Umrah during Ramadan and she starts her menses, so she's neither fasting nor praying nor entering the haram. Al-dhikr, al-dhikr. So keep yourself busy with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Al-Kahf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says pertaining the virtues of the remembrance of Allah, وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. Look, this part of the ayah was preceded by الْمَالُ وَالْبَنُونَ زِينَةُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Wealth and children, sons, are the beauty, the glitter of the life of this world. What could be better than that? Having wealth and children. الْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتِ. الصَّالِحَات, the good deeds. Al-Baqiyat, those which remain forever, eternally. Al-Baqiyat al-Salihat have been explained by the Mufassirin and the companions of the Prophet ﷺ that Al-Baqiyat al-Salihat is to say Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, 4 words. Some others add, وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ الْعَظِيمِ. This statement which comes from a treasure beneath the throne. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this type of adhkar, خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا, better with your Lord as far as the thawab, the reward, وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا, and better with regards to hope and expectation. So, al-dhikr, in order to obtain the greatest reward for it, have the heart along with the tongue busy with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's best to maintain wudu. It is best to face the qibla if possible. Observe the adhkar which are specific during their specific time. Keep your tongue busy with the remembrance of Allah. Avoid making dhikr while answering the call of nature or in the restrooms, because these places, it is not proper for us to mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during answering the call of nature or while you are in these places.